2023 was actually the hardest year for restaurants in Ottawa during the pandemic because all the government supports ended and a lot of people took on a lot of debt in order to be able to survive during that pandemic. And we've started to see some closures, unfortunately, and we're seeing a lot of challenges and headwinds going into 2024.
Since January of 2023, we've been in what we like to call survival mode. On and off, and more recently, the last couple of months, we're finally getting out of that mode and trying to like sort of stretch out a bit more. Survival mode being us operating a much leaner schedule. We'd been, for most of 2023, we operated 3 days a week, which seems counterintuitive, but with the cost of operating being what it is, we've had to just sort of really lean things up, and it allowed us to like sort of consolidate our costs, but also consolidate our market over a shorter period, which let us consolidate our costs like that.
Not just restaurants, but I think all hospitality, whether you're in your beauty, restaurants, in all service industries, I think it's going to be a really tough time for them because I think there's what I call the perfect storm coming. So, and I really think the pandemic starts for businesses now because, you know, we had 2 years of COVID, people were at home saving their money. And then when we opened up, everybody just came out and started spending. And then they spent all their money, and then no one knew that inflation would be this harsh, that interest rate would be so high. So consumers right now are facing, you know, incredible amounts of interest rate hikes. Their, you know, food costs have gone up, inflation's gone up, so they don't have much disposable income left over. So they're spending less. As for businesses, in my opinion, the pandemic starts for them now because all their expenses have increased. There's people spending less money, buying less, going out less. And there's a thing in hairstyles called stretching. So if a woman used to do her hair every 6 weeks, now she's doing it every 8 or 9, just try and save on money, and they're cutting back. I've got a lot of great hairdressers tell me the spend is a lot less than it used to be. So they've got less money coming in with a lot more money going out with inflation. And if they've got debt financing, you know, it puts them into a lot of trouble, kind of like it does with homes.
I feel people are really feeling the crunch themselves, whether it's their mortgage bills or how much it costs to just buy groceries. But there's been this sort of like lag, it seems, in terms of people accepting the change, like the shift in like the cost of restaurants offering to host and feed them, right? And I feel this sort of like we're climbing out of the tougher part of 2023 as I feel people start to realize that things are costing more across the board, not just for them individually, you know?
I really hope that the government reconsiders the repayment of all the loans that they gave because just, you know, a lot of people that I talk to just don't have it. They're barely getting by. You know, there's definitely a lot of places, in my opinion, unfortunately, that will close.
It's going to be tight. January is really tight for cash flow normally, but then we have the CEBA loans that are coming due January 18th, and the largest HST payment of the year is January 31st. So I really hope that the majority of our community survives this next little hump until interest rates start coming down and people get comfortable again, realizing that dining out is something really special and doing something really good for themselves and for their friends and family, because it shouldn't go away. Special dining is so important in our culture, and I really, really hope that our industry survives this well and thrives into 2024.